Before the war, the town of Ypres was one of the jewels of medieval Europe. Gothic towers, bustling markets and centuries-old stonework. A peaceful Flemish town with a rich history and proud people. But by 1918 it was a field of rubble.
Ypres sat at the center of the Ypres salient, a bulge in the Allied front lines that made it a constant target for German artillery. Between 1914 and 1918, the town was pounded relentlessly. Over 5 major battles were fought around its perimeter, and by the end of the war, not a single building was left untouched. Some streets were reduced to nothing but mud, brick dust and twisted iron.
The civilians who had once called Ypres home, shopkeepers, tailors and children, were killed, wounded or driven away from the town. What remained of their homes was rubble, completely a destroyed town.
At the heart of Ypres stood the Cloth Hall, also known as the Lakkenhalle, one of the largest surviving medieval commercial buildings in the whole of Europe. Built in the 13th century, it was the centerpiece of the Flemish cloth trade, a proud symbol of prosperity and heritage.
But during the war it was almost completely destroyed. Its great hall collapsed, the spires shattered, its windows were blown out by shell fire. The destruction of the Cloth Hall became a symbol of how World War I didn't just destroy armies, it destroyed civilization itself, especially here in Flanders fields.
After the war, the question facing Ypres was enormous. Do we rebuild or do we leave the ruins as a memorial?
Many wanted to keep the town in rubble as a reminder of what was lost, as a monument to sacrifice. But the people of Ypres chose resilience over ruin. What followed was one of the most ambitious reconstructions efforts in modern European history.
With support from the Belgian government and international donations, the people of Ypres began to rebuild their own town brick by brick. They used original blueprints, salvaged stone and pre-war photographs to faithfully restore the buildings and especially the Cloth Hall. The process took decades.
But slowly, Ypres returned, not just as a place to live, but as a living tribute to what was lost.
Today, the Cloth Hall stands once more, towering over the Grote Markt, the big market. It now houses the In Fieldes Vlaams Museum, dedicated to the memory of those who fought and died in the war that nearly erased this town.
The town of Ypres was rebuilt, and this tells us that even when history tries to flatten us, we can rebuild. Not to forget, but to remember. And that example is what the people of Ypres followed. Ypres was destroyed and Ypres was rebuilt. Many people don't really realize how destroyed the town actually was. But when you come here to Ypres, you now know what it looked like before and after the war. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video about the destruction of the town of Ypres. I hope I gave you a little bit of a better perspective, not bitter, on how absolutely destroyed this town was. So yeah, if you ever come to Ypres, definitely visit the city center here and then see it for yourselves. If you want to support my work, I have a Patreon. I'll put a link in the description so you can support me there. And yeah, I'm standing here in the rain for you guys as well, so a lot of effort is put into these type of videos. We have the Cloth Hall behind us and we'll end the video with that one. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Salute!